Hey there, everybody. This is Jaymie Cutaia over at JSA TV and JSA Podcasts, your newsroom for telecom and data center professionals. And this is our special ITW edition. Joining me today is industry expert and my good friend, Mr. Phillip Marangella. He's, of course, the CMO of EdgeConneX. Phillip, welcome to JSA TV again.
Hey, Jaymie, good to see you virtually, but always good to chat with you on the industry and so forth.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's an interesting time of year. We're gearing up for ITW 21 and also amazing time of year for EdgeConneX. We had an eventful 18 months. Tell us about your recent activity and current business focus.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks, Jaymie. Busy as always, right? We had our acquisition last year where we were acquired by EQT. And again, spinning out from that was the ability to invest in our growth and expansion. So a number of expansions in Latin America and Asia with the big joint venture with the Adani Group. There's a lot of work underway there as we build out our kind of data center platform in India. We have just announced our new managing director for APAC, who's come on board and will kind of continue to lead our growth and expansion in Asia. So stay tuned there. Lots more good news coming there. And we continue to build out where we are in North America and Europe, adding more dots. We just announced this week our acquisition in Israel of a data center provider. So adding Tel Aviv to our ever-expanding global footprint. But at the end of the day, it's all driven by our customers, right? And so that's the fun part. As we kind of continue to kind of build out, scale out, giving the customers both the edge and the hyperscale solutions around the world.
Yeah, and you guys have also been engaged in some big name partnerships as well.
Yeah, absolutely. So look, we've had a long-standing relationship with folks like Rackspace and Zenlayer and Megaport and so forth. And we announced this past week Opus Interactive, another managed service provider. And why that's important, right, is you really think about as we build out these hybrid multi-cloud environments, right, that enterprises want. And it's bringing together the kind of ecosystem, right, in terms of the cloud providers, obviously the hyperscalers that we all support, and then the adjacent technology service providers from security to storage to network and so forth. And then what's important with folks like Opus is they're the integrator, right? That can kind of pick and choose the best of breed providers. We work together to bring those integrated solutions local to the enterprises and the edge markets where the enterprises are. And look, that saves tremendous amount of money by bringing the cloud to the customer rather than the other way around. Obviously, increased performance due to the lower latency. And everybody wins in that. The CIO, our ecosystem partners, and so forth. And so that's what we're really trying to do. We just launched a interactive ebook to that effect that kind of talks about the various use cases and the benefits. So I'm kind of excited about that. So lots going on with partners, with markets, and kind of global expansion.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Global expansion. I mean, It's an amazing growth trajectory across the globe. So tell us a little bit about what's driving this growth.
Again, it's our customers, right? And I think, we've talked about this before, Jaymie, around like the pandemic and how has that affected our business? Is it good? Is it bad? I mean, unfortunately, we're still in the midst of it and it doesn't seem to be slowing down, but as kind of like our homes have become the new edge, right? Everybody's working from home. Kids are studying or gaming from home or shopping more from home and so forth. There's just this tremendous growth in kind of the traffic and the data that's traversing the internet, right? And so, and then at the same time, as companies are adapting and everybody's working from home, they're kind of accelerating their kind of digital transformation projects, right? And so you're really in the midst for us as a data center provider and as an industry of trying to really help re-architect the internet, right? Much more distributed architectures, data centers more and more at the edge, but still growing at the core. And it's kind of working together with the networks to solve for all these bottlenecks that are starting to arise because of so much going on in the industry, right? And cloud continues to scale and grow, but particularly internationally, right? Like it's kind of well established here in the States, but more emerging markets. That's why you see some of the moves that we're making internationally. And then the edge continues to propagate in markets like Portland, where we're looking at our third data center, right? Which were, these edge markets were small, but now they're coming into kind of regional hubs in their own right. And so it's the whole spectrum from that hyper local to hyperscale that you see driving the need for us to kind of build out kind of our footprint.
And talking about that international footprint, you mentioned Adani, India, of course, Spain, Chile. Any comments there?
Thanks for reminding me. You kind of forget there's so many things going on. We did announce Barcelona. That's well underway. The construction there should be ready by the end of the year, already starting to fill up. South America, Santiago, filled up before we even opened up, right? And you'll look to see us continue to expand where we are. As I said, we're adding more dots. Stay tuned. Look out here for news on Latin America, Asia, and certainly EMEA as well. So all regions are going to see expansions for us going forward.
And I can't help but to ask this question now that I have you in the hot seat. But what I love is EdgeConneX, your focus obviously on customers. You've mentioned that 5 times already. And I know it's it's the heart of EdgeConneX. Yeah. Also your employees, you're doing right for the planet. You really have this customers, people, planet mission.
Yeah.
Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Yeah, look, that comes from Randy, our CEO, comes from the top, right? His thing is, his fundamental focus is always doing right by our customers, always taking care of our employees, and making sure we're doing everything in a sustainable way, right? And he says, if you do those 3 things right, everything else takes care of itself. I know that's a kind of simplified notion, but I think ultimately that's how we go about, like, that's our North Star, right? And how we operate as a company and how we operate and interact with each other. That's what makes it a great place to be, right? I've been here over 5 years, and I've been in the industry for very long, and love being here and building out this kind of platform, building out this community, right? And you always talk about your JSA family, Jaymie, and it's the same thing here, right? And that's what makes it fun coming into work every day, right? Or to your bedroom every day where you do your work now, but whatever. So, but yeah, I mean, it's crazy times, as you can tell, but it's fun times because it's a great place to be, and we all love what we do and working with each other. So, I mean, it sounds like apple pie and whatever, but it's the truth. I've drunk the Kool-Aid.
No, it's true. We feel it as an extension to your team. It's your fabric. Love it. And so, okay, last question. You've had such an amazing growth and so many strong initiatives on all fronts, taking over the world. What's next?
I'm looking past my monitor at my wall of press releases and all the things that's I mean, it's filled up, right? So I've buckled in and ready to launch this rocket ship, and there's a lot coming. So stay tuned on the PR wires. Look, at the end of the day, I hope we can get together, right? I mean, that's I think we're all chomping at the bit. I know ITW is coming up. Makes it easy. It's in my backyard. I don't have to get on the plane, so I can just drive to it. But hopefully, like PTC, we do another one of these, Jaymie, in Hawaii. I think everybody misses that show, and in the nice weather that time of year, being on the East Coast. But lots to come, and hopefully things get back to normal next year. And see how it goes. But good times coming.
Yeah, we're sending that out there into the universe. Want that well received there, and ITW. You guys heard it here first. EdgeConneX will be there. And hope to see you all at ITW and upcoming events like PTC. Thank you so much, Phillip, for joining us. And thank you, viewers, for tuning in to JSA TV and JSA Podcasts. Happy networking.